Some experiences stay with you forever, even when you try to forget them, even when you convince yourself it wasn't real. This is one of those experiences, and to this day, I still don't fully understand what I saw or why it chose me. This happened about 3 months ago, right after I moved into a small apartment on the edge of the city. At first, everything seemed normal. Quiet building, empty hallways, nothing unusual. But after a few nights, I started waking up at the exact same time, 2:17 a.m. every night. At first, I thought it was just a coincidence, until I noticed something else. A shadow, moving slowly in my hallway. And the worst part was, I lived alone. At least, I thought I did. Because what I'm about to tell you is something that still keeps me awake at night. And even now, sometimes, at exactly 2:17 a.m., I still hear footsteps right outside my door. I never believed in ghosts. Not seriously anyway. I always thought people exaggerated things. Creaky floors, strange noises, shadows in the dark. There was always a logical explanation. At least, that's what I believed. Until 3 months ago. Because what I experienced still doesn't make sense. And I still don't know what was standing outside my door. I had just moved into a small apartment on the outskirts of the city. It wasn't anything special. Just a one-bedroom unit on the 3rd floor of an old building. The rent was cheap, and I needed somewhere quickly. The building itself felt strange, not haunted, just quiet, too quiet. The hallways were long and narrow, with dim yellow lights that flickered occasionally. Sometimes, when I walked down the hallway, it felt like someone was behind me. But every time I turned around, no one, just silence. The first 2 nights were normal, nothing unusual. But on the 3rd night, everything changed. I woke up suddenly. My room was completely dark. I reached for my phone. 2:17 a.m. I don't know why I woke up. There was no noise, no movement, just a strange feeling, like someone was nearby, watching me. I stayed still, listening. Then I noticed something, a faint light under my bedroom door. And then I saw it, a shadow, moving slowly across the hallway. My heart started beating faster. At first, I thought maybe it was headlights from outside. But then I remembered. There were no windows in my hallway, which meant the shadow had to be inside. The shadow stopped right outside my door. Then I heard footsteps, slow, careful, like someone trying not to make noise. One step, then another, then silence. I grabbed my phone again. 2:17 a.m. Exactly. I waited, barely breathing. Then, the footsteps stopped. After a few minutes, I slowly got out of bed. I walked quietly toward the door, pressed my ear against it. Nothing. I slowly opened the door. The hallway was empty, but the air felt cold, unnaturally cold. I checked both directions. No one. I went back inside, but I didn't sleep again. The next night, it happened again. 2:17 a.m., the shadow, footsteps. But this time, 3 knocks, soft, slow, tap, tap, tap. I froze. I didn't open the door. Morning finally came, and I felt exhausted. This continued for the next few nights, every night. 2:17 a.m. Same thing. Same footsteps, same shadow. Sometimes knocking, sometimes just standing. I finally spoke to the building manager. He looked confused when I explained. "You're the only one on that floor," he said. "What about upstairs?" I asked. He paused. That apartment's been empty for months. That made things worse. That night, I decided I'd open the door immediately. No more waiting. 2:17 a.m. The shadow appeared. Footsteps. Closer. Then, the doorknob slowly turned. I jumped up and opened the door. Empty hallway. But at the far end, a tall, dark figure, standing still, watching. Then, it disappeared. The next day, I checked upstairs. The door was slightly open. Dust everywhere, but fresh footprints. Then, a creak behind me. I turned. Nothing. But on the wall, a shadow. Someone behind me. I ran. I moved out the next day. New apartment, new building. I thought it was over. But that night, 2:17 a.m., I woke up again. Then, a shadow under my door. It followed me. Weeks passed. Every night, 2:17 a.m., footsteps. Closer each night. Then one night, the footsteps stopped right outside my bed, inside my room. I couldn't move. I couldn't breathe. Then, I heard breathing right next to me. Slow, cold, not human. I squeezed my eyes shut. Then silence. When I opened them, my closet door was open. I was sure I had closed it. After that, things got worse. Doors opening, footsteps inside my apartment, shadows moving in corners. Then one night, I woke up and saw the shadow standing at the foot of my bed. Tall, unnaturally tall. It didn't move. It just stood there, watching. I blinked, and it leaned closer. That's when I ran. I turned on the lights. Nothing. But the room was freezing cold. I don't sleep much anymore, because every night, 2:17 a.m., I wake up. And sometimes, I hear footsteps right beside my bed. Sometimes, I hear breathing. And sometimes, I see the shadow standing in my hallway, waiting, watching, getting closer. And I'm starting to think, one night, I won't wake up at 2:17 a.m. because whatever it is will already be standing right next to me.